But he's also got the award-winning sound man of India, the one and only Resul Pookutty. We were shooting with the great Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. But the main point is, Amitabh Bachchan starts talking and you don't interrupt the great man. I mean, that's not something you do. So he's, discussing the show and this is what goes on. The film's about this, a deep baritone. And then suddenly there's a word that we hear, crow! Resul found a crow. So Amitabh said, what happened? Crow! So both of us looked up. There's a black dot, millions of feet in the air. I can hear it. He made Amitabh repeat. I thought Amitabh was going to punch me. I mean, he kept cool. But they became friends.
Yeah,
they became friends.
They are very good friends.
I'm nothing. Cyrus says, unfortunately, his show's name hasn't changed to Aarti Malhotra, which I want to call it. But I've got an old friend of mine. We go back thousands of years in another channel called Matav. You remember Matav?
Yeah, Matav television. Yeah.
And we did lots of shows together. We had lots of fun, lots of fights. Not really, actually, more fun. And ate lots of food. Even went to his home state, Kerala, where he threw me inside the backwaters. I'll never forget that. Convincing me that was the shot of the decade and didn't use the shot ever. That's another
I used
story.
it.
You used it?
Yeah.
What is that show called?
Did you eat this?
Eat this.
Did you get skin infection after
I don't
that?
know infection, but I
didn't tell you the condition of the water.
But how sweetly you never spoke about it. So we were shooting this show called Eat This in Kochi somewhere, I think.
Alleppey. We were in Alleppey.
Alleppey. I think Malaika's home cantonment.
Yeah.
And where the backwaters are basically deep inside, and it's beautiful. Kerala is really beautiful state, no doubt about that. And then we're in there and we shoot whatever we're shooting, eating, ho gaya. And then finally he says, right at the end at 7 in the evening or something, we'll do one shot which will really make the show. So what is the shot? He says, you fall into the sea. And then I'm so stupid, he convinced me that was a great shot. Oh, wow, man. The things you made me do, it's so unfortunate.
I think that shot worked.
Yeah.
There are a lot of, the fan follower, TRP of the show
went to the roof because of that one thing. So I hope the film that we're
girls
talking about...
Girls were like waiting.
The girls loved it, yeah. Seeing a fat, ugly VJ trying to swim in the backwaters in Alleppey. We'll start now with where Sajeed is. So we'll talk about MTV days. There's lots to talk about, but if we have time. But we have to talk about his film. He's now a filmmaker and he's got a fabulous film out. He's going to describe it, but this is what I know. It's a supernatural thriller.
Yeah,
it's won a few awards. It's going to win some more. It's doing the rounds of the festivals. You know when you're getting that buzz that it's doing well. He's a very modest guy, so I have to promote the damn film because Sajeed will be whatever. But it's doing really well. He's got a good cast. We'll tell us all about this. But he's also got the award-winning sound man of India, the one and only Resul Pookutty, who worked with us at MTV for so many years. And we should spend 5 minutes discussing that nutcase because that's the best way I can describe him. My memory of him is that we were shooting with the great Mr. Amitabh Bachchan and David Polycarp, one of our friends who was a producer.
The legendary
David. Forget Amitabh Bachchan. The legendary David put us on a beach in Juhu. Okay, like on the beach because he wanted the background of the waters and all that. But there is Amitabh Bachchan, so fair enough. So we're sitting and we're doing that. And the sound guy, which is Resul, is about 40 feet away now. I don't have mobile phones, whatever. David is in the shade. Many years away. He's probably in Chennai somewhere far away from us and directing with his hands like an umpire. We are alone there trying to hear what they are saying. But the main point is Amitabh Bachchan starts talking and you don't interrupt the great man. I mean, that's not something you do. So he's, discussing the show and this is what goes on. The film's about this, a deep baritone. And then suddenly there's a word that we hear, crow! Resul found a crow. So Amitabh said, what happened? Crow! So both of us looked up. There's a black dot, millions of feet in the air. I can hear it. He made Amitabh repeat. The irony of this is, I thought Amitabh was going to punch me, but he kept cool. But they became friends.
Yeah,
they became friends.
They are very good friends.
I'm nothing. I got no friends. And Resul and Amitabh were like first name basis. And work together subsequently in films, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So let's start. It's called
Vadakkan,
which means,
and it means in Kerala we have the north region and the south region.
The Manmuthi and Mohandas.
The Manmuthi and Mohandas.
You trained me.
That's
well.
only way.
I have a little bit of Mallu culture because of 3 Mallu bosses and many producers.
And don't forget Vasant Valsan.
The exactly.
Other legend.
Vasant Valsan, you, the 3, 4
Alex.
more. Alex. Okay, go on.
So Vadakkan technically means the man from north.
Okay.
So Malabar region of Kerala is technically known as the northern region.
Right.
So Vadakkan means the man from the north. So northern region of Kerala is very famous for a lot of these Malabar folklore and legends. So this is about a character, and the connection is this man is coming from that part of the state, and also there is a certain amount of romanticism associated with it and stuff like that. So it is.
So it's a folklore, but the story is already there.
It's not there. It's based on some ritualistic practice which goes back to Indus Valley civilization probably.
Wow.
Probably Neolithic times,
Neolithic times.
Yeah,
you learn new words since MTV.
Yeah, I had to do.
We never spoke like this.
No, I mean Wikipedia.
Neolithic.
I was just reading it.
I like the way you put it there also, just to make me look stupid. Now you just dropped it in. It's like a real flex there.
Water moment.
Wow. So give us the background of the story. So the story is written by you?
Yeah, the story is written by me. The screenplay is written by a very famous writer called Unni R. He's written lots of books and award-winning writer, and he does movies also. So he's written the screenplay and dialogues. And we have put together a nice bunch of cast and crew to get this movie going. So it's a supernatural thriller. It's based on a folklore from Malabar region, and it has everything. Yeah, it has murder, hauntings, ghosts. Women, and
so it's like a whodunit. You're trying to solve.
It's a psychological horror with a very huge ghost entity attached to it.
I've read some international reviews that we looked at, and they've said it's like a freaky horror and like top of the line fear factor sort of film.
Yes, it is.
So, which I love. I love that genre. I have to tell you honestly. Having been married 23 years, fear is the thing that lives with me all the time. So I really appreciate it when I can spend even more time getting scared. But it's a very challenging thing to do.
It is.
Because you've got so many films where they either go this way in the sense that you start laughing because you're not buying it for whatever reason. With due respect to Ramsey Brothers and all of Hindi productions. And then there's those fantastic ones. I think some of the Nightmare at Elm Streets, the early ones and all were really my generation going back.
They were epic films. See, the thing is, there is a difference between, white man's fear and what we have out here.
When you say white man's fear, I thought it was a movie. But you're being racist again.
No, I'm
on the right show.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see that? It didn't take long for the penny to drop. Now he's got this polite demeanor, soft-spoken guy. He's always, you don't think anything bad. He's got the meanest bone in him. Nobody knows that. Okay, that sounds vulgar. Let's go back. Sorry about that.
Okay, let me put it lightly. Hollywood.
Yeah.
So Hollywood technically has, let's say, a clown or a serial killer.
These damn scary, man, Sajeed. Those
exactly
clowns.
They are, but they're not. They might not scare a Malayali. I don't know about the rest of because
my mic can't take it. Resul ko bulao.
So Malayalis have this very bad attitude of they're seeing a horror film. They'll make joke about it and they will laugh in the theater. And that's the reason why there are not many Malayalam films.
They find it funny.
No, deliberately. I don't know psychology why they do it. And the movie is gone. Everybody's sitting and laughing, and the effort that everybody's put in, it's gone.
That's true.
But they get scared of literature. I mean, there are like concepts like yakshis. Which is part of literature, mythology, etc. They are scared and they want to know more about that realm.
So the concepts you're saying fear, like a ghost-like, ghoul-like concept or whatever it is.
Yes. So which is more rooted in the culture, which is more rooted in the...
Because of the subconscious having that already in your DNA, so you're trained to fear that.
Yes. But that's the reason why they get connected to that. So Vadakkan is also one such, folklore and one such entity that is coming in.
But why guy from the north? Is there some sort of rivalry thing going on?
It's always been there, yeah. They say that, the northern region makes the best, let's say, biryani. There is always fight. You talk about biryani in Kerala between north and south, there's a fight.
Right.
It's like, it will go into that level where they will rip each other's hair.
What a world we live in, that wherever we are, we find a reason to be different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's about a paranormal investigator. Vadakkan is about a paranormal investigator who's based in Helsinki. He comes all the way to Kerala to investigate a series of...
He's based in?
Helsinki, Finland.
In Finland?
Yeah.
Wow. So
we have a lot of budget.
You basically wanted to travel to Finland.
Exactly.
So he writes it into the script.
Yeah.
I respect you so much, sir.
Yeah.
How come you didn't choose Syria? You went straight to Finland. Syria is scary.
Next film. I'm coming to you for
not going there.
I'm coming there to write a
script.
Liar. So he comes all the way from Helsinki. And he starts investigating.
This is played by a Finnish person?
No, it's played by Kishore, the lead actor in the movie.
So he's an Indian from Finland?
Yes.
Okay.
He's based in Finland.
Right.
He's based in Helsinki. He's a paranormal investigator. He's been working with some university and stuff. And he comes all the way to Kerala to investigate a series of murders that has happened. And these murders have a supernatural connect to it. And then he falls into the rabbit hole. And then through that we reveal the mythological part of it. So it's a modern story with a mythological
this
backdrop
rabbit hole
associated
opens
with it.
up, and we go from just a simple murder to the fact that there's this entire process of generational ghost-like existence.
Yes.
Which is damn scary because you know it starts becoming really large. I can imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how the whole story unfolds. You know?
Right.
And somewhere he becomes a key part in solving the entire thing.
Right.
So that's the format, and that is where the story and the backdrop, and that's where it lands.
Okay, don't give away the film. But is there some... Because one thing I have a problem with these mythological, or not mythological, more myths. Sorry, stuck in myths, is that they don't leave you with a proper ending.
Yeah.
You know, because there is no ending in that sense. You have an ending for what the episode that was going on between people. They'll have an ending. Their ex died or whatever, however. But the actual, what you're talking about, going back in time and all that, there's no way to actually... So there's no end to that legend.
It's the same story in our film also. You are absolutely right. You cannot give a definite end, but what we have done is the movie is conceived as a franchise. So, we can't afford to go for
Pushpa.
So it continues. So that's where it ends.
Okay. All right. Tell us a little bit about making the film. Sajeed, again, and me, since we worked together for a long time, I'll be able to plug the holes and tell you if he's being dishonest, having worked with him. We have a lot of things in similar, but our working style is very different. I want to start quickly and end quickly. And Sajeed, let's say he never ends. He's one of those guys. I mean, it's like torture. So he's like, one more Bakra. We'll try one more. It's 7 o'clock, there's no light. We'll try one more. We'll get something. You remember? You never gave up. Are you still like that?
I don't know. I think so.
Oh,
I think so.
You haven't calmed down and said, okay, now I want to go have one.
No, man. No.
Just keep going?
Yeah, just keep going. Now it's like 8 o'clock.
Tell me about the process. And I'm asking this because I have a personal insight into you, so I'll enjoy the stories.
A process of this filmmaking?
Yeah, how you as a filmmaker made it, where you went, how you dealt with people.
Okay, so see, this is something which I wrote in 2009.
Right.
Right after I left MTV. And, a lot of Bakra learnings have come into
a lot of anger, and hence you had to do a ghost story, kill a lot of people from Europe to South India. We'll take care of everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, a lot of learnings from Bakra, so the movie also has certain element of candid camera elements also, so that has also seeped into this. So, I written the story somewhere in 2009, and I was just discussing it with a friend of mine who was working with MTV at that point in time. So she said, hey, you know what, why don't you do a show like this for us? So movie guest had me, then I had to do the show for them. So we did the show called Girls Night Out. It's a horror reality show which MTV did.
Okay, episodic.
Episodic.
Is it based on fun?
No, it's about Ranvijay takes 3 girls to a haunted place, leaves them there midnight.
When a Punjabi boy takes 3 girls to a haunted place, I'm already feeling worried. This is not a good story, yeah.
So they have to stay there through the night.
Yeah.
It's a haunted place, there are cameras with them, etc., and successful.
Right. You
remember that one? Right? So I done that. So we had a lot of experiences, interesting experiences, etc. That kind of, I think, added on to the script. So I rewrote the script, with a lot of supernatural elements and etc. But
it's a big different ballgame when you go from writing episodic shows, which are basically more like almost semi-reality, and then to writing a full feature, which is a basic script from start to finish, which is a whole different meter and dimension.
Yeah. And during the pandemic time, I was sitting with Jadav. You might know him. Jadav was also with us in Viacom. He was handling sales. He was based in Delhi.
Okay.
So he started a new company.
Now I have to say yes. Now they look bad.
Exactly.
Jadav, of course. Yaad to hai. We were good friends.
So Offbeat Studios, he's created this entity, and so I was just discussing with him during the pandemic time. We used to have these long calls. I told him the story, and he said, "This is interesting. Let's do it. I'm on." So as the world opened up, we started meeting actors. We started narrating the scripts to them. Then slowly it came together. The first person we got on board was Unni, who was a writer. And once he came in...
He was a famous writer.
Very famous writer. You name it, he has got all the awards and everything. Kerala's beloved writer, actually. So he came on board. So that kind of helped me also, he believed in the subject and he came in, So with him also by our side, then the door slowly opened up. Then we got Bijibal, who's a very famous musician in Kerala, to come on board. Then of course Resul. I called up Resul, and Resul also...
How do you call up Resul now? After so many years, were you in touch with him?
He's my brother, right? I mean, he's my cousin.
Resul's related to you?
Yeah.
By blood?
Yes.
Damn it, yeah. Sajeed, what bad news here.
Sorry.
This is like a horror show. This podcast has become one now.
Exactly.
The movie and the show are the same thing. How do you remember Resul being related to you? But
we never spoke about it openly.
You were ashamed? Till he won the Oscar.
No.
After he won the Oscar, he's like, Resul, my cousin, and was Uske pehla, Resul's an irritating guy. Crow, everywhere we went, man. He would find a crow on a fucking terrace, like there's nobody there.
That story continues even now.
Yeah,
it's the
amazing.
same. It's the same. I don't know how he finds a crow.
If he says crow, everybody stops, claps.
Even the crow will stop.
Yeah, the crow.
So Resul has sound kill.
Yeah, fair. Fabulous, yeah.
So then I spoke to him, and he also came on board. Then slowly things started shaping up, and then we got Keiko Nakahara. She's a Japanese cinematographer.
Okay.
So met her, she loved the subject, then she came on board. And then the whole thing shaped up nicely. Then the cast started coming into the board, and we spoke to Kishore. Kishore, I don't know if you know Kishore, I mean, you'll have nod your head. So Kishore plays the lead character, the guy who comes from Helsinki to India. And Shruti Menon plays the female lead in the film. And we have a nice young cast and some very known character artists also from the Kerala film.
You didn't want to go for the big two?
You mean Mammootty and Mohanlal or David and Vasant?
No, I mean Mohanlal and Mammootty. I never ever want to see either David or Vasant again. Yeah.
So if you want to meet Vasant, go to Kochi. Walk to any cafe, he'll be there.
I'm vaguely in touch with him. Every 3 months he has a great project for me and never calls back. He's like that uncle, promises to come home and never delivers. But yeah, we have done some work together, so we're in touch. Okay. Get back to the thing.
Yeah. So this is not something which I would want to take it to these legends like Mammootty and Mohanlal. This is a very different
But you
story.
had a budget, obviously, from what I'm gathering.
No,
from Japanese cinematographer and famous Kishore and this and that. And
decent budget to do it. And it's slightly VFX heavy, so we had quite a lot of international crew also coming in and helping us out on the visual effects part.
So after working at MTV, this must have been a very different experience, no?
Of course.
You have made a few films before that, though.
No.
You made a short film.
I made short films.
Yeah.
I was mostly doing documentaries.
Yeah.
I've represented India on a lot of festivals with documentaries.
So how's this different than you've done television, you've done reality television, you're the pioneer there in a sense. You've done short films, documentaries, always closer to reality style, and now you're doing a feature. What's that like for you in terms of different dynamics?
I think documentaries are tougher. Features
really?
Easy, yeah.
Because you have to stay with the
yes. The amount of investment which you had to put in terms of effort, like the subject, getting the subject to talk to you, open up, only then the story will unfold, right? Feature film is you have to script.
Because documentary, you're not sure what you're getting.
Yes, and it's always uncertain. Even at the edit table, you're uncertain.
So
you don't
like
know.
Bakra then, but long version.
Because
you don't know. We've had so many failures.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
Exactly. Whenever I tell people that 60% of the Bakras we showed, we never
nobody
hit.
Nobody believes that. They think, 10 gag karega. Somebody wants to do something. 10 gag mein 3 chalega.
Yeah, exactly. And also the thing is, people think that we have been faking it all the time. It's very easy and stuff like that. So anyway, coming back to this, so documentaries are tougher. The end goal is always uncertain in documentaries. You don't know how everything will shape up. Even after post-production, you might want to go back and do something. Maybe open up the story track a little more. In feature film, it's all locked and loaded. You know exactly what you are going to get.
Also, you're telling them what to do. In the documentary, it's organic in a sense.
It's organic. Yes.
Unfold.
Yes. Like, for example, to give you a comparison, I did this one documentary on this guy from Assam, Jadav Payeng. He had made a huge forest all by himself. So I did a documentary with him.
Made a huge forest?
Yes.
Is there some sexual overtones here? So what do you mean by made a...
That's a Malayali.
Sorry. I know.
Sorry.
Never far from that.
So basically, since childhood, he started planting trees.
Oh, this is somewhere in Assam?
Assam. And dhire, it became a huge forest.
Wow.
And animals started coming there,
That doesn't sound real.
It is real. So I went and did a documentary.
This is a man who built a forest.
His name is Jadav Payeng, and the government has honored him. So,
like animals started coming because there was a forest created.
Yes. Now they have Royal Bengal tigers coming there.
So I can't believe this.
It is true.
I've got to see this documentary.
Yeah.
Can we check out the documentary? What's the documentary called?
The Man Who Planted a Forest.
The Man Who Planted a Forest. It almost sounds like a godlike tale.
Yes,
There's a man who creates an environment and animals come.
He was honored internationally also, Yeah. If you meet him, he's a normal guy, very basic.
All great people are normal guys.
I know. Look at
those idiots who keep, security guards and all those. I'm talking about Raghu Rajiv. We love. Yeah.
So we had to spend like a week with him. Now he is not going to. He doesn't talk.
Right.
All he does is he'll wake up at 5 a.m. and he will take a cycle and he'll go to the forest.
Huh.
So we have to then go behind him. You know, he will not say, I'm going at this time. No call time, nothing. You know,
Wow.
we just have to figure out.
So
So
he won't
it
even
took
tell
us
you what he's doing for the next day.
2-3 days he never told us. Then he started opening up. So the point is, you need to spend a lot of time with your subject. You know,
Also, you could give
don't.
him alcohol or something so that his personality changes. I find that works very well. Alcohol is very bad. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and build a forest, and don't drink and feed the tiger. All these things will be clear about.
Yeah, absolutely. So
But this is quite exciting. Now I'm thinking about it. It's quite exciting for you as a filmmaker also,
It
because
is.
you're not sure this guy's personality. You cannot control it, and you should not control it, because he doesn't have to be like, you know, a Kapil Sharma or something. He just has to be whoever he is, and that's why he built a forest.
Yes. So there,
Did he win awards?
Yes.
So that sounds
It
like a
was-
great. So how do you get this subject, Sajeed? Why didn't you work like this in MTV? Why was we doing? our
Because
stuff
I
is
was
such
stuck with
rubbish?
you. I was stuck with you.
But we did rubbish. And then
You
everything
know,
you've done
there's
after that
one
seems
side
so
there
nice.
is Brocha, one side there is Shanaz.
Oh God.
Most Wanted and
Oh my
Bakra.
God. Okay. Now when you put it that way, yeah. You had to escape Shanaz and come to me, is it? You're sitting there reading letters. Dear Shanaz, I
Exactly.
love your smile. That was
You remember those days.
You escaped jail, brother. You escaped jail. Those horrible pop shows that we had. Yeah. Oh. So where did you find this guy?
I don't know. We had a research team. I was working with One India at that point with Oshi.
Oh, Cyrus Oshi.
Yeah,
Same name, more money. Huh?
Yeah, more money.
Yeah.
He came up with the subject, and he
It's
came
a
up
great
with the
subject,
subject, and he told me, hey, we should do something about this.
Yeah.
That's when I said, let's do it. And
How
then
did
we went.
Royal Bengal tigers come back into the forest there?
Long story. I think he slowly expanded the ecosystem. You know, this is on the sides of the Brahmaputra
So
river.
their prey would come and then they would follow the prey, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It expanded. The forest expanded over years.
You're not
and,
making up stories, no? And I'll look like a fool later.
I am not. I will send you
This
the.
is just like kid story.
I will send you the film. Please watch it.
Okay, so going back, we'll come back to the film in a second. So you did those documentaries, many of them, right? How many did you do?
Many of them. I did quite a lot of them. I did one on him, which had gone international, which was also showcased at Jacksonville. It is like a
Go slowly, though. We don't understand this whole culture. Which is this award? Tell us properly.
So Jacksonville,
Jackson Wild.
this it's like the Academy Awards of wildlife and environment films.
Oh.
So this was showcased there.
Okay.
You know, and
Where did you go?
in US.
Not bad, bro.
So then this
No awards in MTV India. Zero. And then you win in US and Finland and all these strange places. Yeah. Wow. Huh.
Yeah. I'm happy that film traveled because it was taken and it was shown in a lot of schools also. You know, which is very inspirational for.
It's a fabulous story. But I'm listening to it. I'm just thinking it's kind of story with legs, no? Because it works in India, obviously.
Yeah.
But it works across the world because you're talking about this world we live in and anti-environment, blah, blah, blue, global warming. And then you have a guy who's reversing a trend which is almost ridiculous to believe.
Yeah. Then did something with a Kashmiri rapper that also had.
Kashmiri rapper.
Yeah.
So you won Jackson Wild Award.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good, yeah. And then give us a couple more documentaries. We'll go back into the film.
MC Kash was a documentary which.
The Kashmiri guy.
He's a Kashmiri rapper.
Yeah. What's his real name?
Roshan.
Wow. Roshan becomes MC Kash.
MC
Fair, but
Kash.
even the
So
Americans...
basically he took Kashmir ka, that is a
Cash.
So not
the-
CA as such.
Yeah.
It's KA.
No, I'm just, because I worked with MTV, I'm just dreaming of those days, no? We had so much money then.
We had so much money.
Yeah, from the company.
I know.
And then we take a margin, cut about 30% and then go and shoot. Yeah,
Exactly,
So beautiful.
exactly,
those days.
exactly.
It's not even corrupt. So MC Cash, how did you find him?
MC Kash also, again, this was also with Oshi.
101, yeah.
You know, we had a vertical called.
So where does he perform? This is back in what, 90s, early 2000s?
This is 2010s, 2013, 14.
So would he perform in
types.
Kashmir proper?
Yeah.
And there's an audience for him?
He has an audience, but we did a documentary on him. We did not do a live show or anything.
Yeah.
We were just talking about his music and how, being born in Kashmir.
Were there any threats and all that because of his music?
It's always there, but we did not get into that space of the story. We were more focused on his musical side, and he's a street poet and rapper.
And what does he do now? Is he still doing rap or is he an MBA now in working?
He left music, as much as I know.
You did a documentary on a rapper and now he doesn't do it anymore?
He doesn't do it anymore.
Bro, that's not a good story at all to tell.
He's a very reclusive artist, So first 3-4 days I didn't shoot. I was just sitting with him in a cafe, talking, listening to his music, just normal things, Once he started opening up a little bit, that's when we started.
But he agreed to do
camera.
the documentary?
Yes.
Okay.
And he performed also for us.
Yeah.
He did a nice song called Like a Sufi, which was featured in Time
That's
magazine.
in
also.
English?
Yeah, it's in English.
Oh.
It was featured in Time magazine also. So basically, it was a combination of Sufi music and hip hop. So that is a kind of collab which we did.
Not hip hop, but Junoon was somewhat with the Sufi music and pop.
Yeah.
If you remember, when we just started working and all that. It was a pretty good group.
Yeah, they were very good. They were very good.
I don't know what happened. I think they aged also at some point.
Yeah.
But they came to India. There was no problem with
we
India.
We did a show.
We shot with them.
Emis we did with them.
Right. We were going to go to Pakistan just before that 2001 September 11th thing happened. Me and Sophie were going to go. I don't know if you remember.
I remember you.
There was a whole plan to set up MTV Pakistan, and we had got feedback. The kids had come down to meet us.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember all this.
No, I don't remember.
And then September 11th, they had come to me for advice. I was taking care of India-Pakistan relations. The world was a better place at that point. Everything was good. And then, of course, the damn incident. And they took it back 20 years. All right. So you made documentary things, and now you made this film. Tell us about the festival circuit that it's going through at the moment. Because, again, the list that we've researched, I hope you're not lying, but there are many, and it's a whole different world, right? For those who don't understand, this festival circuit that you have to go through and show your film.
Yeah, it is. So, in April this year, 2024, we got our first selection from Brussels International Fantastic Film Festival. So now in the market, and they picked us and put the movie in the market as an online showcase.
Right.
The movie was not ready; it was under post production. So they pick a work in progress. So we were picked as a work in progress category.
Okay.
That kind of helped us a lot in terms of reaching out to many more festivals. Like the one festival door opens and automatically other festival directors reach out to you after seeing this. So that's what happened to us. Now, the thing with Brussels Fantastic Film Festival is they focus only on genre films.
They what?
Only on genre films.
Okay.
Like horror, sci-fi, such genre. No mainstream, no drama, no romance, nothing like that.
But yours is supernatural horror, right?
Yeah, it is horror. It is supernatural horror. So that's the reason it was taken there also. Now, in India, we have a lot of scope for creating genre movies. By genre, I mean horror, supernatural, sci-fi, etc.
But you like to mix it up.
Huh?
Sometimes, it starts as one thing, ends as another.
It ends. Yeah. So that's where we got in at Brussels as a genre film, and from there we moved to Cannes. We got noticed in Brussels, and we got selected in Fantastic Pavilion in Cannes. So Fantastic Pavilion works with Cannes Film Festival alongside the market, Marché du Film. So in Fantastic Pavilion, we were one of the 7 gala screenings.
Now the full film is ready.
Yeah, now the full film by May. This happened in May.
Okay.
So the timeline was in April we were in Brussels. In May we were in Cannes.
You've had a great life after MTV. The best thing that ever happened to you was leaving MTV.
I could get my passport.
You got a passport? I don't think we traveled internationally with our shows ever. No,
we never traveled. We were doing Bakra.
No, we went for events.
Nikhil
in Singapore.
Went.
Yeah, but Bakra we did in UAE. But that was with Trevlin.
That's with Trevi. Because he was already there, no?
No, his brother was already there, and he wanted to make some money on the side.
I remember.
So this is one way for us to take foreign exchange. FERA laws had softened a little bit.
I remember this.
Move it from Bombay to UAE. And now his brother has a mansion thanks to that. We hardly shot anything. Yeah. It was a great thing. All right, we have to take a break. I'm getting looks from young Prithvi, the rapper, who will rap at the end of this show. And Sajeed will decide to make you will make more documentaries also, or you've now hit the bug of the features, and since it's
documentaries are always challenging.
But this takes much longer also, right? The feature
takes longer, yes.
We'll take a break and we'll come back. Sajeed will tell us more about our life at MTV, what he really thought about everybody. I'll ask him to rank all the VJs. Let's see how he does with that. And we show pictures of the VJs in case you've forgotten who they are. The 40-50 years have passed here. Will you remember who Uncle Nikhil is? Dadaji, Sahukar, all these. I don't know. We'll take a break. Sajeed.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Cyrus Says, Cyrus chats with William Dalrymple about ancient India's global impact, how its trade, ideas and innovations shaped civilization from Rome to China. On A Century of Stories, India Kunal unveils how the 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment revolutionized India's local governance. Folks, if you like our shows, spread the word. Tell your friends and don't forget to rate and review them wherever you're listening to them. Follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn. You'll also find all our shows on the YouTube channel by their show name. So do look out for them and have fun watching. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week. IDFC First Bank, Axis Mutual Fund, SBI Mutual Fund, ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund.
Okay, back here with Sajeed, and Sajeed has got instructions from Prithvi to talk about his early life. You're a young guy still. This early life business, wait till you become a super legend. No? If you look back and say, मैंने एक पत्थर के साथ चालू किया काम and all that, yeah. But let's go back a little bit to your MTV, because I forgot, but he mentioned off camera about Ghanchakkar and all these other names that shouldn't be mentioned on air. The shows that you've done, because we only talk about Bakra, but leave that aside for a second. But what was the first thing you did? Bakra was the first thing you did. You came and helped Vasant.
Yeah, I came and helped Vasant. And
Can I tell you my memory? You were wearing a white shirt, which didn't fit you. It was for somebody 5 times bigger. And black jeans, which looked like they had been worn for 3 years without stopping. But I always like people who dress down. I feel safer with them, because I feel they're not trying to flex of it. Many people sometimes, and you can dress up, it's fine, but sometimes they do that as compensation for their personality or something. I don't have anything to say, but I have a flashy shirt. I do. So my memory of you coming and standing there, and you didn't talk much and you didn't say anything, and I didn't realize that's going to be a relationship.
Yes.
Because your instructions are like 2 words and very soft. And Prithvi just asked you to talk louder, and I'm saying, I never want you to talk louder. I'll get scared. But she would just come and say, we'll try it one more. Let's go. One more. Instructions are very basic. From where to where? It's remained the same?
Yeah. See, I'll tell you, coming to MTV was a very interesting, I used to, in DD Metro those times, Rahul Khanna.
Shanaz, the opening of MTV was on.
So I was addicted to MTV from that time onwards. So then later on you came into the picture. So I'm seeing this one taxi driver, wearing khaki shirt and pranking people. And I used to come every day at 3:15 in the evening to watch the show. Little did I know that a few months down the line I'll be working on the show,
directing it,
and then building this relationship, etc. So that's how I came to MTV. One day I spoke to Vasant.
What did you do before that? Nothing.
I just finished my college. And I was sending my CVs everywhere. So luckily, I knew Vasant, so I reached out to him.
The Mallu connect happened.
Mallu connection.
He just read. Because he's a Mallu who speaks better Hindi than Malayalam. That we found out when we traveled to fucking Kochi. The only Mallu that I know. But normally this culture is so strong that their mother tongue is safe. Brocha, I can't read Devanagari. I can't read Malayalam. I said, why did you be a Parsi in fucking Kochi? What? You're of no use to us. Yeah?
He's the most known Malayali living in Kerala right now.
But he's very good with Hindi. If we go to Delhi, he starts shouting and all. We feel comfortable and all. Vasant immediately is in his normal avatar. Sorry,
That's when I came in, and I was like, my first assignment was assisting Vasant on a Bakra. So I'm like, my dream host is going to come and I'm going to meet him, etc.
This is necessary, Sajeed.
Jokes apart. Coming to this, then I see, Brocha coming in. Getting ready. I still remember you were putting a mustache, and you were screaming because of that gum.
I hate that.
That's my first memory of you. When I was thinking,
and why did we use that gum when every 5 minutes I have to re-put it? And who's getting fooled? Either they don't know who I am, so they get fooled.
And in the middle of the gag, this is going away.
It's all half down.
And we're trying to reach out to you saying that.
How did that fix this? I know. No, you do it from the car with the hand sometimes. Then the which side is. Oh God. Yeah. But Vasant is a good guy to work with initially. Again, calm, good temperament, easygoing, laughs. He keeps the place light. I find that very important in people I've worked with growing up.
Great vibe too.
Great vibe. And keeps the set happy. People are happy around him. He thinks of things like food and everything else. Is always good for a laugh. I subsequently worked with a friend called Vijay Kunalkar, also known as Kunal Vijayakar. Opposite. Gets angry, gets upset, walks out of the set, feels unhappy. So, I think that was a good schooling for you.
Yeah, exactly. And I will always, I've been telling this to people, MTV was a great school for me, Like, I was put in so many shows, I could work across formats.
A lot of personalities to deal with.
Yes.
Not just VJs, I'm talking about, editors and marketing people, sales people, just regular people that you're meeting all the time.
Yeah. It was a great school. And from there, I moved on, I got off MTV and then slightly ventured a little bit into Bollywood. So there's a movie called Ghanchakkar. So they had called me to direct 2 songs, conceptualize and create 2 songs for the movie, which I did, and with Vidya Balan Emraan.
And again, with no experience of that, I mean, you were doing shows for MTV, but you never directed a song before.
No, I did not.
So from zero to sub-genre, but it's different, completely different.
Yes.
And Vidya Balan was the?
Yeah, Vidya Balan and Imran Hashmi was, the cast.
Right. Did Imran try to kiss you? He was famous, no? the dirtiest producer of all, Dirty Mind. And the thing is, I think it's a very Malu thing. Most are very well read, the ones I worked with, well read, so they can talk about anything. We can talk about, Tolstoy or something. Same thing, they'll look at a girl with a tight dress and the mood changes for 1 minute, segue and come back. And this is Sajeed and me, we spent many hours together in cars, so trust me, So we would have a very intellectual discussion, talk about Hindu-Muslim issues and, all this and all kinds of things. It's very deep conversation, and chick passes. Cut to Sajeed the Mallu. From Sajeed the intellectual. How it changes, no? Fabulous, yeah.
You have no idea what you used to do, right?
What did I used to do, bro?
Let's not go there.
Okay, man. We were young.
The car conversation.
Yeah, we were young. It's okay. We were. People talk about sexual things and all. How do you kill time? It's
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And we were highly frustrated as far as frustrated males go. At least at that point. Now I'm okay to be alone.
Okay.
You got married?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, right. And you're married now?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The first marriage only?
Double
check, do your research. All right. So, Ghanchakkar, so you did those 2 songs.
Yeah.
And what other shows did you work on? I know Bakra, because Bakra was always fun for all of us to do, because exactly the documentary style, the variables. I think we were all excited to shoot normally, including everybody else who's on it, the sound guy, the camera guys, the spot guys with us, everything. Because we didn't know what would happen, the reactions. It's like a sport. We're playing like a game.
Yeah.
But there are many other shows you did. Most Wanted was, you
Most
and Shanaz
Wanted,
had a very good relationship.
Yeah, with Shanaz, I think I did Most Wanted for a very long time.
Yeah.
We traveled a lot also with the show.
Yeah.
And then I also experimented a little bit on concerts. Like, remember MTV used to do a lot of concerts back then?
We used to cover them.
Yeah,
fully.
like Bryan Adams used to come.
Did you do Bryan Adams?
The second one.
Okay. That's okay. He's still Bryan Adams, not Sajeed?
Yeah, I know.
It's not like Bryan Adams
he's
changed,
here.
some double S come. No.
Yeah.
Ryan Adams from Bandra.
Then we used to have this thing called Music Summit. Remember?
Huge.
We used to bring huge.
event,
We used to do the open MMRDA grounds. So I directed few of those. So I've done quite a bit of concerts also.
Mm-hmm.
Then slowly moved into documentaries. And then stayed there for a very long time, and then got into one-on-one.
I think it feeds your intellectual pursuit also. You want to do something with a little more meaningful. But let's be honest, doing MTV for many years, after some time, you're brain dead also. With due respect to all the shows we've done, Bakra aside, because it challenges you at least to be on your toes.
Yeah.
But other than that, some of the shows are ridiculous. Some of the shows we just, there was a green screen and there was a list of names or something, with literally like a menu card. Songs. I mean, like a waiter could just come and, point and if you're halfway decent and decent clothes, which I was neither. But
MTV Select.
Do you ever lose your temper? I don't have a memory, but you must have been some time.
Not really.
No?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. I've never. Not on set.
Yeah. No, not like lost temper for sure. I just don't have any memory of that. Vasant has a couple of times.
Vasant gets really mad.
Yeah, he can get very... But I thought he's a Delhi boy end of the day. We can't change that.
Yeah.
But I don't remember you getting angry.
No, I've never gotten angry. Yeah. Not that I can remember as well.
You get disappointed very often. If I may just tell you what you used to do. Since you have a very subtle sort of mannerisms anyway, there's even more subtle version of you getting critical. Okay, which is like you didn't like the gag. I think the gag, I just told Prithvi off slightly, like in my cocky way and all that. And he doesn't say anything, he was a young kid. But deep down he wants to kick me in the head. But he'll wait 2 years. But you would do that, but I would say, no, gag was great, but I don't want to do it again. And you'd be like, no, let's do it
Because
again.
you want to go home.
Yeah, I want to go home all the time. And then in that argument, this is your expression. Okay, don't want to do it again. Don't do it. That was as bad, but this is really mean, because then I would feel bad.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, I know.
I figured out how to handle it.
If you shouted and all, it would just end badly for all of us. We did this thing where I said, fuck, now I'm going to do it again, because he did little expression. Yeah.
But that worked. That always worked.
You still do that with the actors and all now?
No, actors, I can you approach. I mean, we are a family, MTV. So
that's true. The familiarity happens because of working all the time. So with these actors, how do you direct them?
For Vadakkan, I had 2 different style of approaching the actors. I had a new young lot of actors working with me, so with them I went the whole lot of
liberties.
Sorry?
You can take more liberties with the younger group, I'm presuming.
Yes, absolutely. The older guys are also experienced, so they will get the brief bang on.
Yeah.
So the younger one, we did like a 15-day workshop, thorough rehearsals, and...
No, but see, there's the creative issues which you can do or not do, or decide not to tell them what to do. I can understand. But there's technical issues which you will have to tell them. For example, if they're missing the camera, or the spot, or the position you wanted them to be on, or things like that, to do a take again. At least that you would do, right?
I'll give you a small incident on Vadakkan. Now, Vadakkan has, for the first time, we have used this lighting technique called infrared lighting. Now, infrared lighting is
where... What you use for injury?
No.
How cheap can you be? You've got all those small boxes you put on
So
your
infrared
book.
lights are like these kind of lights.
Okay, Baba.
You
Okay,
know?
I'm just pulling your leg.
I
And
know.
then,
So IR lighting. So IR lighting is like this kind of light, but when you're there, you cannot see the lights. You know, only the camera can see the lights. You know, so if we have an IR camera here, if the room is dark, it'll capture this entire visual.
Oh,
you know.
nice.
Now the actors who are standing and performing, they don't know where the light is falling. You know, so we have to light it in such a way that wherever they move, there will be light.
Yeah.
And also this was slightly theater kind of a setup which I had given to them, wherein which I had given them the entire area. And I did not restrict them. You have to go from here to here or here to here. Sorry, so they had the entire area. And you do this. This is a scene. This is a dialogue. Now you guys do what you want.
I like that. I think that frees the actors up.
Yes.
I wish
That
people
is-
would do that more. Just give
that
you
was
an
the point.
area.
That was the point.
Because back in the theatre days when we were young, they would always try to position you and it becomes more crafty. Like everything is like in your mind then. Instead of
Yeah.
relaxing and just doing the bit.
Yeah.
Where you
Yeah.
can be more, artistic in your... So then you take 3 steps left, 3 steps right.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. I
so
did
if
not
you-
do that.
Yeah,
I
great.
did not do that.
Fantastic.
So this was how I approached the younger talent. Also, they were also happy about it. They were relaxed when they were performing. With the senior actors like Shruti Menon, Kishore, I mean, they're more experienced. With them, I went the classic style.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a camera, this is your mark, this is how you have
your
to come.
thing.
Do your
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So
enough.
this was how we went about training the actors.
Okay, I want to quickly, before we run out of time, there are a couple of things I want to ask you. First is, we've discussed so many erotic films when we were younger, you and me. Have you ever thought of making something more erotic?
Like Titanic.
Why? But I was thinking if that's one side to you also. So
Like you tell me, I mean, why don't you write a story for me?
I have a...
You write, I'll direct.
I have a short fuse and everything I want to do really quickly. So after 3 pages, I'll be bored.
That's a 3 pages.
Yeah, so I can write 3 pages every day and then you come back
That's
after 6
okay.
months and we'll
That's
have
okay.
something.
I'll
Maybe
wait.
like that.
I'll
Yeah,
wait.
Yeah.
I'll at least say, Cyrus Procha.
But we should not be featured in this film. Whatever happens, you want to sell it. You've got this. You've got this sharp now, winning awards and doing the festival. I'm presuming that after some time your name gets known, right? Because you do that, and then people expect it from you as well.
Hope so.
Yeah. Well, what is the Salerno festival? Italian sounding. thing.
So the last festival which Vadakkan has been in, this is in Salerno in Italy. Now Salerno is one of the oldest film festivals in the world. Big directors like Vittorio De Sica, etc., had showcased their movie over there. And Salerno is where also the genesis of Super 8, the Super 8 film, printing technique began.
Oh, really?
Portable cameras,
Oh,
still
the Super
cameras
8 camera.
started over there. So Salerno is quite a technically advanced pioneer in this. And Salerno was actually started by a few people, cinephiles. They're coming together. They are showing films to people, going village to village. That's how it started back in 40s. And now it has reached this stage. So we were this year in official competition in the festival, and I think it was a great leap for not just Malayalam cinema, for Indian cinema to be in that space.
But so it's like a competition as well, or you just showcase it?
We were in the competition.
Okay.
We didn't win, but we were in official
But
competition.
a horror genre again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's no separate thing, but they just look at all the films together. It's always looked upon in the genres.
No, see, there are 2 things here. One is genre films.
Yeah.
Genre films like I said, Brussels.
Right.
Then I said Fantastic Pavilion. These are all genre film festivals.
Right.
Then there is, let's say, Toronto, or let's say Salerno. They have drama, they have romance, they have action, they have all kinds of films. So our film, even though it was a supernatural film, they had picked it up in official competition among all these films.
Okay. So now you're fighting all these different genres.
Yes.
Oh, so that's a whole different ballgame altogether. Because basically then it's like a free for all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So then, because if I don't like the horror genre, then exactly that's the problem.
Exactly.
So it's fixed. Salerno's fixed. That's why you didn't win it. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Fix, and we'll do something about it. Now, shall we play our game?
Yeah.
I want you to I don't know if Prithvi will be able to get pictures, but we'll put them up hopefully. You worked with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Give me your reactions to good or bad, or both, if you like. So let's start with Malaika.
Malaika, I haven't worked that much. I was an intern on Loveline.
Yeah.
And I was like standing somewhere back,
Yeah.
far behind the cameraman.
But Loveline, I can't remember you at all. So it must have been just a few days, no? How long were you there?
I think I was filling in for somebody.
No,
Sharmisha was... No.
Sharmisha was the producer.
Zenat was doing it.
Zina was the producer?
Yeah. So I was like one AD who's carrying tapes and stuff like that.
How sad. So no interaction.
No interaction with her.
So she never spoke to you. She thought you were like,
Spot boy.
Spot boy. And she said, she thought I was a spot boy also. It was quite disgusted when I came on the set and sat next to her. It was like, God, boy, how bad is my career going? Okay, we'll let that go. Amrita?
I've never worked with Amrita.
Never worked. Auroras are gone. Shanaz, of course.
Of course. Shanaz is one of my favorite, VJs who I've worked with. Great fun. We've had such.
And you travelled also.
Yeah, we traveled. We did a lot of series together.
Did she act in something of yours?
Yeah, when I did a short film, I wanted her to do a small character, which she did also. It was so sweet of her. It was an experimental short film. So I had great memories with her.
Okay. Nikhil.
Chinnappa is cool.
You worked with him?
Vaguely, here and there.
You're filling in mostly.
Yeah,
I don't think too much.
Yeah.
Definitely not select.
Not select.
Yeah.
I didn't work on select. But Chinnappa, sometimes when we do these music-related projects, Chinnappa was always there.
All right. He'll be in all those concerts.
Yeah.
So anything you remember?
No, nothing with Chinnappa.
He never punched you or anything?
He might have wondered. I don't know.
Sahukar?
Sahukar.
You worked with Sahukar?
Yeah, a lot of.
We did so many shows together.
Cigarette stories, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Tell the cigarette story. Don't lie. How he took his cigarettes from the spot boy, no?
Anybody, whoever is coming in and out.
I've said this before, but the art of Sahukar at his best is how he asked for the cigarette.
Yeah.
Remember, he and I, the only two VJs not interested in what's happening, right or no? So we would never look at the monitor after the take. Never interested.
Never, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll be trying to finish the thing faster than whatever, and he'd be off on his phone. One day I saw him go to the monitor, and who was on sound that day? I can't remember. Debu! Yeah. Oh, you remember?
Yeah.
And he says, Debu, dikhana ek bar. So we all stunned. Everyone was like, what? Sahukar has come here? Firstly, does he know the monitors here? Fantastic. And he looks at it, makes some comment. I think we spoke too quickly. Maybe we should do it again. Ek cigarette de do. So it was all done just for the cigarette. It was fabulous. I touched his feet. I said, boss, this is the acting we want in front of camera. Why are you doing it here? It was fantastic, yeah.
And he will disappear, man. You're like, I'm like set up the frame and everything. Yeah. I'm like waiting. He walks from Tarde office. He has gone to Haji Ali.
Whenever we start talking on the phone, he just keep walking. So we've done places outside Bombay also, where he just disappeared.
And
Tarde
then
office, he would just go. We don't know which direction he's gone, and the phone is, not coming engaged.
There are many times I had to send spot boys or somebody from production to find him. He calls and says, "Bro, I don't know where I am right now." He's gone somewhere.
He's a Delhi boy. It took him some time to understand the city. He just kept walking. The moment the phone started, he'd walkathon.
Phone and cigarettes. These are classic
People,
Sajeed.
Sajid and all would be like, I don't have. The moment he comes, nobody says hello. I don't have. Kunal once stopped the car, bought him a carton and said, please don't ask me again. Yeah, it's that bad. That's Sahu. Who have we left out? Ramona
I worked.
Yeah.
Ramona
she
is,
like? I can't remember.
I think she was there with us only for a very short time.
Yeah.
Unlike you guys.
She got married.
Yeah.
Who gets married at that young age?
Sophie and I worked also. I think the Loveline reboot when we did. Loveline rebooted or something like that.
Yeah, we did Loveline when Malaika got...
You and Sophie did that.
Yeah, because Malaika got pregnant and had to go.
Yeah.
My wife was also pregnant, but being the male, I could continue. You know how it is, chauvinistic world, yeah.
Absolutely. So she was great to work with.
Did anyone ever shout at you?
You.
Anushka.
You.
I don't shout. I bully. It's different.
Yeah.
I just push. I'm pushy. I'm like a German Shepherd biting at your heels.
Yeah.
It's different.
So sweet.
Yeah, so sweet. See, even here, as a villain, I make myself look good. No?
Yeah.
German Shepherd.
Yeah. You should write. You
Not
should
a
write.
Pomeranian.
You should write.
Anusha,
yes. Anusha I worked a lot with. Anusha is great.
But those would be indoor shows mostly, right? Because she did all those fashion shows and stuff.
There used to be the dance shows which Anusha used to
What the fuck do you know about dancing, man?
I don't know anything. They put me in it. And what I did is...
Bakra, you must be like a PhD compared to this shit.
Exactly.
Man. What are you doing? One day
Ashish Patil calls me and says, bro, you have to do this show. It's called Dance Group.
Yeah.
Anusha is doing it. I said, okay, fine. Then I look, there's Tanvi Gandhi. Tanvi is very good with this. I said, Tanvi, you're working with me on this. So that's it. Delegated to Tanvi.
She was on the phone.
Yeah.
I was writing your script for your Cannes Film Festival.
They are discussing about steps and this and that. What do I know about it?
Think back to your life. There were moments you were thinking, what am I doing here, right?
That show I thought many times.
Yeah.
You know? Many times.
And what can you offer?
Nothing.
You have no interest in this whole thing.
Yeah. Bakra, at least, it's like you're on your toes.
Yeah.
Bakra, a lot of things I learned from Bakra.
Bakra, everything depends on you because there's so many variables and it's all on your head.
Yeah. Now imagine going and pulling off a gag on the streets like we used to do with them.
How do we get away with the police uniforms, Baba?
I know, man. know.
I can't believe he
how
did
many
that.
times.
Nobody. And we remember we were so lazy. We would wear the uniforms and eat. Go to the restaurant, and then
Yes,
they would, the body language of the waiters was very different. They start serving you with a lot of respect and.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
We have done kidnap gags in the middle of Bombay streets. Just imagine.
With no permissions.
No permission.
And people taking pictures on their phone and watching and all. God, how did we get away?
I don't know.
Never again, Baba. Never again. Make your film, go to the awards, win something special. And we discovered Resul Pookutty along the way. Have I missed anybody from the VJs? Please, because memory being what it is, think fast. Who's left?
Anusha, Nikhil, yeah.
Ranvijay,
of course.
Did you worked with Ranvijay?
Yeah, I worked with him a lot. Ranvijay is super fun, super fun to work with. Especially I've done a lot of travel. I traveled a lot with him,
Anybody else we left out?
Nobody. That's it.
If we do, we apologize. We're both aging and I can't remember all the names. But it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I think that's it. If anybody, please write in and tell us if there's anybody left. Okay, Sajeed,
we'll ask Shanaz to send in the letters.
Shanaz and me are going to Amritsar for an event together.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh. And apparently I'm 53 and she's a lot younger, even though she was 2 years junior to me in college.
She still looks very young.
She looks very nice.
Very nice.
They all look very nice. I've met them because we're trying to...
Chinnappa looks younger than you.
Chinnappa looks much younger than me.
Why?
Genetics. Maybe Botox. I don't know. I don't know what the story is. The girls look very nice. Minnie, we didn't mention. You work with Minnie?
No, I didn't work with Minnie.
Why did you work with Minnie?
Minnie,
she was only there for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, she was there.
But you were there when she was there.
I was there, but I was an intern at that point. I was fully in the,
I think you started doing the other shows only later on in your long career at MTV.
Yeah. I was stuck with Vasant Valsan, Brocha and Bakra.
Unfortunately, you had the crack team. But what was your salary at the end? Do you remember?
My joining salary in MTV was 3,000 rupees stipend.
Same as the VJs. And then what was
I thought you were getting paid a little more.
3,000 plus conveyance.
Okay.
And at the end, when you quit?
That I don't remember. I think it was a decent figure.
Yeah?
Yeah, they paid well.
So you still let go of the decent figure?
Yeah.
So that you could make your films?
Exactly.
All right. So before we come back to the movie, tell us what happens, because now you hit the whole film bug. So there's no going back from here.
No.
So you said it's going to be like a trilogy.
Yes.
So you're already working on the second one?
Yeah, the second one. And also we have another very interesting film which is getting ready, which will be
You got 2 films out?
No. This one is coming out.
Yeah.
The other one is going into production next year.
Going into production, okay.
So that announcement will happen next month.
Okay.
And Vadakkan is going to be released next month. And the other one will be announced at that point.
By next month we mean Jan, so early 2025, right?
Yeah, early 2025.
Okay. And
Jan 24 to be precise.
And now language is no longer an issue because everything can be watched by everyone. So, moment it's out, it can be consumed by everyone.
Yeah. You should come for the premiere.
I will, but where now? How will I come?
Kochi.
Kochi is so far away, Baba.
It's so close, 2 hours, bro.
2 hours by what?
By flight. I'm not going to, that's not the MTV production, okay, not train.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, I love Kochi though. I'm very happy in Kerala. Because I just feel people are nicer and disciplined. I like discipline. Yeah. You may not believe it.
Comparatively, yes.
They don't break lights. Guys on bikes wearing... Vasant, who doesn't wear a helmet here, wears a helmet there. It's like you enter and you start behaving properly. It's amazing. Yeah. Maybe we should do that. Maybe there should be like a Kerala tour of India to tell the rest of India how to behave. Starting with this bloody godforsaken city whose name I cannot mention in public. So that's the second part coming out in going to production. And you already got the third script ready.
Yeah.
Just to ask you this much, don't give it away if you don't want to. Does it remain the same cast somewhat?
No, the key characters will remain.
Key characters remain.
Okay. And there will be... the second part, the world is slightly more larger. And... it has new characters coming in.
Any thoughts of doing a Hindi film now?
See, I'm more comfortable in Malayalam. See, regional cinema is much... I somehow get connected to regional cinema more than Hindi films,
but you don't have to follow Hindi film trend. You just
no, it's not about
changing the language and
it's not
your
about,
way.
No, that I'm fine. I can think in Hindi also. And that is not the thing. I think my thing is, a Malayalam film, when you're making it, 6 to 7 months a project is out.
Right.
Start to end.
Yeah.
The process time is lesser. Hindi, the process is so long. So it just, you're consumed by that one project for a very long time.
So you're just taking your regionalism into art now. You've just decided that you guys can do things in 6 months. The freaking North Indians will take 3 years. And you don't
I did not say that.
That's what you said.
I did not say that.
You said that. And you're causing divides in my beautiful country.
You are putting words in my mouth.
What is going on here? So it's just a question of lack of discipline.
It's
more than anything else?
It's not discipline. Here it's led by the studios. Wahan pe it's individual producers.
Okay.
So individual producers has always a finite amount of money. So they want to get it out faster.
But it's not a never. It's possibly at some point Sajeed will make a Hindi film.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You can, star in my film.
I have to play the old grandfather now. You already said Nikhil looks younger than me and all that. I'm already hurt. I got nowhere to go. I'll be in a wheelchair playing in the background or something. Just how you were the intern waiting at the back, I'll be one of those characters. Yeah. Make sure there are many dead bodies. I can play the same guy throughout the film. Yeah. All right, that's all we have. It's going to be a wrap here. Sajeed, anything else you want to say? Let's just talk about the film as we end once and for all. Out in January, supernatural thriller. It's won many awards. It's all across the festive world. So if you're one of those people who wants to watch quality cinema, it's got the charp of quality.
Yes.
Very interesting characters. You've got Kishore, who's a leading actor. Shruti Menon, leading actress.
Resul is there, who's doing the sound.
There you go.
Keiko Nekahara's shot it. Bijibal and a couple of young rappers from Kerala has contributed to the music.
And how can we consume it?
Theatre initially.
Okay.
Then it'll come to OTTs.
Will we get it in Bombay as well?
We might release it in Bombay. It selects.
You just need to dub it. What is the big deal?
Subtitle
it. Yeah, it's good enough.
Yeah.
My wife only watches Korean and Iranian films now.
Yeah, now OTTs have made that very easy. You can consume it.
No
very
idea
easily.
the global effect, man.
Yeah. And it is a scary film, So
yeah,
the theatre experience will be great.
Yeah, because people in the theatre are scary to look at. Because the pricing is a bit too much. Just bring the pricing down for theatres, Sajeed. Do something.
I know,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Not in my hands.
No, because for a family of 4 and all, do the multiple thing. No, one person, it's okay. As you start taking 4 and 6 people out in India, they're all parasites who live off one person. One person does all the work, earns all the money, and has to spend all the money. That's not a way to live here.
Yeah.
Just make a film on that if you have the balls. Make a film on that. The suffering of the male in certain regions of India.
Okay, we'll talk about the suffering of the male. Okay. That's a very interesting.
We'll have a nude scene, no?
Yeah.
Not the male.
Done.
Unless you switch sides. All that filmmaking and arty stuff and traveling the world and who knows, the woke culture getting to you, boy. Huh? All right, that's it. Sajeed, check out the film. It'll be out in Jan. I don't know when you consume watching this, but there's lots more coming from the world of Sajeed. Do you have your production company name?
Offbeat Studios.
Offbeat Studios.
We can say Offbeat Studios presents Vadakkan.
Offbeat Studios presents Vadakkan. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm saying it more like Vanakkam.
No.
It's Vadakkan. It's not Tamil.
Yes.
Man from the North.
Man from the North.
Man from the North. Chalo, that's it. Now, in the words of Premchand, fuck off.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much.